Hello, everyone. Welcome to Room 9 with Miss Christina. This is my first year teaching third grade at East Palo Alto Charter School, and I'm so excited to be with you this fall of 2024. Bienvenidos and welcome, welcome. So, I am from Los Angeles. I graduated from Stanford in 2000, and I've worked with East Palo Alto youth and their families for the past 24 years. So, I know a lot. All right, let's talk about third grade and why it's unique. If this is your first time getting a child through third grade, there's some things you need to know. So, third grade is unlike TK and K in first and second because this is the first year that your child will have to take a standardized test with the state of California. It's called the CASP. So, California Assessment of Student Performance and Progress. And what it's measuring is how ready your child is right now at this moment, how ready they are for college at their age. So this test is able to determine, are they at the level that they need to be in reading and in math in order to be successful in college or in a career. So this is a very important year for your children. This test is coming up in the spring of 2025. This is what the test report will look like. If you have a green or a blue, that means you're at or above level in that particular subject. And if you're at yellow or orange, it means that you are below, you're not at level. So our goal is definitely to be at or above grade level. Last week, your children took a test called the iReady. And the iReady basically kind of gives us a little bit of a preview of how things are going to go in the spring. So it helps us to prepare and do all the work that we need to do so that we can meet the standards and pass in the spring, the state test. So these are our results, and I want to make sure that you all understand what you're seeing here. So what this means is basically in reading specifically. Right now, in room 9, there are 2 students who are above grade level. So 2 students who are above the third grade level in reading. There are 5 students who are at the third grade level in reading. So that means we have a total of 7 students who are either reading already at third grade or they are above third grade, 7 in all. There are 6 students who are reading comfortably at second grade, 6 students who are reading at first grade, and 6 students who are reading at kindergarten. So we have 18 students reading lower than third grade at this point of the year, and we definitely don't want to keep that. And so my goal is by the time we take this assessment, this iReady test again, that the students who were testing at third grade will be testing at fourth grade, and the students who were testing below will be at third grade. Now that sounds like a very, very difficult challenge, and it is. We have a lot of work to do. So that is the goal, is that all of the students have risen to third grade, and we have about 3.5 months to get there. That is not a lot of time because we are making up for years of lost time. Now, in the math, what happened? Well, in math, I have only 1 student that is at third grade. I have 8 students that are at second grade level. I have 11 students in the first grade level and 5 students who are at the kindergarten level. You read it correctly. Only 1 student out of the entire class is currently at a third grade level in math, and everyone else is below third grade level in math, okay? Now, this is very important to note about this math. This isn't just, oh, can my child add? Can they subtract? Can they divide? Can they multiply? Calculators can do that. This is not, is your child a calculator? This is, does your child understand how to solve problems? Do they really understand how to read? Because there's a lot of reading in this type of math. Okay, so that's the situation. And here's the goal. Again, I want to get as many students as possible to a fourth grade level in math in the next 3.5 months. And the rest of the team, I want at a third grade level. So this is the goal. And we've got a lot of work to get there. Now, how are we going to do this? I've really been talking to the students about demonstrating and doing the following. First, showing self-responsibility. So they're older now, they are 8, and it's time for them to take responsibility for themselves. We've also been talking about respecting our own selves, respecting others, and taking care of our belongings, taking care of our property, the school, the classroom. I also have been talking to students about demonstrating leadership. So, what that means is even if no one else is doing the right thing, they do the right thing. They make the right decisions themselves. They also have to do the work. So, I've been talking to them about getting the work done. And last but not least, we can do this by keeping each other accountable. That means I turn to the person sitting next to me and I say, you know what, this is not a good time to talk because I'm trying to do my work, or I'm trying to listen to Miss Christina and follow the lesson. Okay, so that is what we're doing. This is the Room 9 class charter. Your children came up with this, and I'm going to read it. It says, "We are third graders. We know how to act, we know what to do. We don't say mean things to people. We don't hit people. We don't hurt people with our words or actions. We keep our hands to ourselves. If someone asks us to stop, we stop. We read at high levels. We don't break things in the classroom. We don't touch someone's things if we don't have permission. We don't interrupt others while they are speaking. By the end of the school year, we will be ready for fourth grade. So, this is our charter. We're going to print it out, we're going to sign it. And this is what we're focused on to make sure that we're working hard and we're actually achieving our goals. This is what your child is working on every single day in class. So if you were to walk in class, you would see one or more of these things happening. Reading, we are really focusing on improving our vocabulary and our spelling. In communication, we are focusing on speaking loud, speaking clearly, and speaking correctly, making sure that what we're saying makes sense. We are focusing on demonstrating positive leadership. So there is such thing as negative leadership where you're doing the wrong things and people are following you. So I want to emphasize positive leadership, learning how to listen when someone else is speaking, learning how to help out, and also doing the work. That's what we look for in our leaders. Do they listen? Do they help? Are they putting in work? Those are people we consider leaders, positive leaders. In their writing, I'm looking at their penmanship. So, how well do they write? Are they writing small? I want them to write smaller and in the lines. Organization, I want them to learn about the margins and to make sure what they're writing, I can follow it. Are there spaces in between their words? Are there spaces in between the sentences on the page where they're supposed to be? And I'm also looking at quality. Are they writing sentences that make sense? Is there a capital letter? Is there at the beginning? Is there a period at the end? Do they know how to use commas? Is the message making sense? So that's their writing. For their math, we are working on arithmetic. So they do know how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide, but that's something that needs to happen quickly. So I'm trying to help them to memorize all of that so that they're not still using their fingers. That should be something that they've moved past. Number sense. Do they know the difference between 5,000 and 5 million? Do they know the difference and what that means? We're working on fractions. We're also working on math application, which means, do I know what math to do? Do I know what math I'm supposed to be doing when I read a problem? We're also learning how to study. So they are taking a lot of notes, whether it's notes from a book they've read, or an article they've read, or it's notes from a video we're watching, or it's notes from when I'm giving a lecture. So, note taking. Also, we're learning how to think. Think as we listen, think as we read, and question as we listen, and question as we read. So, these are all the things your child is working on. Teamwork makes the dream work, makes the dream work. So, teamwork makes the dream work. Who is the team? The team is you, it's your children, it's the school, it's all of us together. And what I tell the students is on a team, if one person is scoring a lot of points, one person is exceptional, but the whole team loses the game, then everybody gets the L. Even the person who scored a lot gets a loss. So when we win together. When we lose together. That's just the nature of a team. So I want to make sure that we're all winning this year. So you all are a part of the team. If you're watching this, just know that and remember that. Your child needs a binder and it needs to be 1.5 to 2 inches, no bigger than that. And it has to have at least 5 divider tabs because I have a lot of papers I need to give back. Folder is not good enough. They must have a binder. So everything is hole punched. It goes into the binder, it goes into the proper place in the binder, and I would like you to get the binder and the dividers as soon as possible. Now, your child has homework and they have to study every day. I want to go over all of it so that you know what it is. First, they have 2 pieces that are online. They have epic reading for 20 minutes. That's every day, every single day, Sunday to Saturday. They have also online math. That's Khan Academy. That's Monday night through Thursday night. Now, I know some people tried to order Epic. It's saying that you can't use it after 3 p.m. We are trying to work all of that out. So, in the meantime, if your child has a book or magazine, newspaper to read and take notes, they know how to do that. They should do that instead if it's after 3 o'clock. Okay. On paper, the homework they need to turn in includes their vocab and spelling, 3 times each for each word, 3 times each. Write the definition of the word and then write a sentence that shows that they know what that word means. That should be finished on Monday because it's due on Tuesday. So they'll usually get the words from me either on the Friday before or on Monday. And the sentences, the 3 times each, the definitions are due on Tuesday. Now, on Wednesday, what's due? So they have to do this Tuesday night and it's due Wednesday. Each word, they're going to break it up into syllables. This will help them to spell the word and it will also help them to know what the word means. So, syllable breakup is due on Wednesday. They do it Tuesday night, it's due Wednesday. So, that's everything with the vocabulary and the spelling. Definitions, 3 times each sentences. Turn it in to me on Tuesday. Syllables, give that to me on Wednesday. And they should practice. All of this is helping them to practice because we have tests every Friday. Your kids are having a test. So they need to be able to spell and understand what these words mean. Math facts are due Tuesday through Friday. They will show you what that page looks like. They have 5 minutes to do the whole page. No matter what it is, it's 5 minutes. So they should get in front of a clock, take 5 minutes, and practice learning that math in 5 minutes. Okay? All right. And again, studying happens every day, vocabulary and spelling. They also should study the math that's on Khan Academy because that is connected to the curriculum at school. All right. Let's continue. So you're at home. Your child needs to do their homework. I suggest you use an iPad or a laptop for best results. Some people are telling me they're trying to get on the cell phone. I don't recommend that. So make sure your child has an iPad or a laptop for best results. They should go to clever.com, click on login as a student. It's this blue box here, and then type Aspire Public Schools, East Palo Alto, and then use the Clever badge, which is the QR code, and they can hold that up to the camera and it will log them in. If you don't have a camera, just use the username and password. It's on the August homework calendar. Now, once they get into Clever, they will see Epic, they will see Khan Academy, they will see their grades and attendance on Power School. You can click any one of these three. In order to get into Khan Academy, they've got to select log in using Zoom. They are going to log in as a learner and then log in using Google. I said Zoom. Log in using Google. And then their email address is their name or something like that at aspirestudent.org. If you don't have the exact email address, please send a message to me, a personal message to me on Parent Square, and I will send it to you, or I'll write it down on a sticky note and send it home, whichever one you prefer. So I can send that home so that they can get into Khan Academy. Remember, Khan Academy, there's homework Monday night through Thursday night, and there is a math test on Friday. So they have to make sure they do the Khan Academy. Otherwise, they will not be preparing and studying for this test. This is what the homework calendar looks like. Your child's name should go here. I always have a description of everything we're working on for the month. So, reading for at least 20 minutes a day, taking notes. Right now, we're studying units of measure, numbers to 1 billion, adding and subtracting to 1,000. Spelling and vocabulary is on paper. That's due Tuesday. Syllables on paper, due Wednesday. Math facts on paper. So the goal is to learn the strategies for addition and subtraction, um, by the end of this month. So everything is here in terms of what we're working on every day. In September, these are the check marks. Mijo, did you do your homework? And then you check yes or no. Okay, you put a check, check, and then put an initial. Okay, put your initials right here on every single day. Even if your child is an after school program and you see some checks already, I want you to go back and look over this. Ask your child to show it to you. Now, the math again and the reading is online. That comes to me automatically. Everything else is on paper and has to be brought to the school. Okay, your child has to work hard in class every day. So, in order to do your part on this team, again, there are a few things. Please be sure your child comes to school. If they miss a day, they miss so much in that day. If they miss 2 days, they miss even more. So please make sure that your child comes to school. Be sure your child comes to school ready. Now, what does that part mean? Well, have they finished their morning routine? Did they shower? Did they get dressed? Did they get enough rest the night before or 2 nights before? Did they eat their breakfast or pack their breakfast? Or did you drop them off at a time so that they can eat in the cafeteria? Did your child pack lunch? Do they have a water bottle so that they stay hydrated? Does your child have that backpack? Does the backpack have everything in it? The binder with the divider tabs? Did your child do their homework? Did you sign off on it? So these are the ways that your child has to come to school ready. And yes, it is a lot, but you all can do it, especially if we're going to make sure that we're ready for fourth grade by the end of the year. That's right. Okay, how can you help? How can you donate? A lot of people asked me when we had our one on ones. By the way, thank you so much. If you came to meet with me, it was a really good to see you face to face and to get to know you and talk about your child and what goals you have. Um, if you'd like to bring something for snack, here are things I'm suggesting. In general, I like to stay away from too much sugar and too much processed foods. So anything fresh, clementines are good, fruit cups, applesauce, especially natural applesauce, some turkey jerky, cheese and crackers, and popcorn or the popcorner chips. So I don't want Lay's chips. So no Takis, no Fritos, no Cheetos, no potato chips, none of that. So if you want to bring something salty and crunchy, please popcorn or popcorners. Also, cheese and crackers is fine. For cleaning, I'm going to need a lot of Clorox wipes because there are a lot of boogers in room 9, okay? And it's just too many boogers. Too much mocos, okay? So please bring Clorox wipes so that we can clean the classroom. Also, if you would like to visit or volunteer, please, you're welcome any day, anytime. Walk on in and be with us. We need you out on the yard, definitely between 11:40 and 12, and again from 1 o'clock to about 1:25. So if those times sound like times you can make it to be at yard duty, that would be awesome. All right. Again, thank you all so very much for listening. Hit me up, send me a message on Parent Square. I would enjoy hearing from you, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you have any questions or concerns, as usual, please let me know. I look forward to meeting you all and to being with you all this year. Take care.